In today's video, we're going to be looking at index notation, what it is, how to write it, and we'll also be looking at the expanded form of index notation and how you can simplify into index notation. So let's start off with something like this. If we have 4 squared, or 4 to the power of 2, we can see that the 4 will be our base, and the 2 is our power. Now, another word for the power is it can also be known as the index or the indice. Now, these all mean the same thing. You can use them interchangeably, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But that's how you write it, and that's how you say it. So if we have a look at another example, if we have something like 2 to the x, the bigger number or the bottom number will always be our base, and the little number in the top corner will be our power. And once again, the way we would say that is 2 to the power of x Now, this is really useful because it can help you simplify things. Say if we have something like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? That's a lot of 2's that we need to write out. This is where indices are really, really useful because we can count how many 2's we've got, right? We've got 5 2's, which means we can simplify this as 2 to the power of 5. What this means is that we're multiplying 2 by itself 5 times. So if we have a look at another example, if we have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, we can have a look and we see that we've got 4 3's, which means if we were to write this in our index notation, our base is 3 because that's what we are multiplying by. And we have 4 3's, which means that is our power. What this means, again, is that we are multiplying 3 by itself 4 times. Now, if we were to look at this the other way, if I say we've got 5 to the power of 3, we know that this will be the same as 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5, because our base is 5, and we know that we need to have 3 5's, which we can see there. If we have something like 2 to the power of 7, we know that our base is 2, so we're multiplying 2 by itself, and we're multiplying it by itself 7 times. So we'll have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, 7. So we've got 2 times 2, 7 times. Now, let's take a look at trying to figure out some of these. So if we have 2 cubed, what we need to do is first write it out in expanded form. So we've got 2 times 2 times 2. 2 is our base, and we need 3 2's. Now we know that 2 times 2 is 4, so we can then go 4 times 2, which is 8. So we therefore know that 2 cubed is 8. Let's have a look at another example. If we have a look at 3 to the power of 4, first, always write it out. So we'll have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We've got 4 3's. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 times 3, each time we're just going to be bringing that 3 down. 27 times 3 gives us 81. So we know that 3 to the power of 4 is 81. If we've got 5 squared, that's going to be 5 times 5, because we need 2 5s. And 5 times 5 is 25. Now, anything that has a 2 up the top is known as our squares. So we've got anything to the power of 2 is known as a square. So that would be 7 to the power of 2, which is 7 times 7, which is 49. Or we could do 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. Or 10 to the power of 2, which is 10 times 10, which is 100. Now there's a trick when we've got 10 as our base. Let's have a look. So if we have 10 to the power of 1, that's just 10 by itself. We only need one lot of 10. If we have 10 to the power of 2, we get 10 times 10, which is 100. If we have 10 to the power of 3, we have 10 times 10 times 10. Now we know that 10 times 10 is 100, so we do 100 times 10, which is 1,000. And what we can see is that the number of the power, our power represents the amount of zeros that we've got. So what we can do using that information is if we have something like 10 to the power of 6, we know that we need to have a 1 and then 6 zeros, like that, which is 1,000,000. Or if we've got 10 to the power of 11, we're going to need a 1 and 11 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 11. That was one too many. Like that. And then you can use a comma to group them into threes. It makes it easier to read. And that is our basic introduction to index notation, as well as expanding and simplifying them. Hope that helped.